We're having an Iteracare product presentation, and I call this device a revolutionary product that will change your life. My name is Dr. Okere. I'm an integrative healthcare practitioner, and that's my number. I'm the Nigerian stockist for the original Iteracare, and I'm here to share with you what this device can do for you and also to understand what this device is all about. The Iteracare device is a certified household electrical equipment that has been certified as safe to use, as it emits no harmful radiation and has labels aligned for its distribution internationally. So it's not a medical equipment, and the manufacturer provides no medical advice. Users understand this, and they are also informed to always discuss with their practitioners or their primary health care before using anything. So it's very, very important, because you may get your device and you don't see anything there. Yes, it's because it's not a medical equipment. Or there's a secret healing system in your body. That's the way God has actually made it. Our body has the ability to heal itself. And, that's what functional medicine, integrative medicine, that's what we are all, going for, trying to get to the root cause of the problem. Because unlike what's happening in orthodox medicine, for integrative medicine, we try to look at what is causing the problem. Because the truth is, if you can find what is causing the problem and deal with it, the body has the ability to heal. Majority of what is causing ailments today are lifestyle issues, food deficiencies, and then toxins. Once you can get rid of these three, you find out that your body is able to heal. And there's a lot of stress in the system. So we need to find ways of getting to the root cause of why is my body sick. Your body being sick is your body sending out message that something is wrong. It's just like you're driving a car and then you see red in your dashboard. You don't just pull out the wire that is giving you the red signal. So also your body displaying one form of symptom on another is just your body giving you a sign that, look, something is wrong with me. And then it's not about covering that sign, using some of our symptomatic treatment drug like we do in orthodox, but trying to find out, why is this red sign coming up in the first place? And once you're able to deal with it, you find out that the light on your dashboard goes off. So also your body just, stabilizes. So your body has an ability to heal, and that's what we need to tap into. And that is one of the things that the Iteracare system does. So it doesn't really heal any disease. It's just helping your body to solve the issues and helping your body to heal itself. So it's actually a very amazing device. Now, I liken our body cells to our cell phone. We are all familiar with that. When you use your cell phone consistently and you don't charge it, what happens? It drains the battery. So also our body system, we are all electrical beings. The optimal voltage is about 70 to 80, some will say 70 to 90. And then your body functions optimally. When it drops to about 50 to 60 millivolts, your body starts getting sick. And if you do nothing about it and it drops to about 15 to 20 millivolts, that's when you start having mutated cells. It's just the body's way of trying to survive. So the body starts creating, abnormal mutated cells, and that's what degenerates to cancer. So your body is just seeking for attention. So the same way as when your battery drains down, you charge it, and then when it's optimal, when the battery is full, you can now restart your device. Same thing with our body system. When the battery starts getting down, one of the ways we can charge it is using the Iteracare. So you need to charge your cells, activate it, and then it can work optimally. And that's what we are trying to say today. Now, what is the magic behind this device? It's called the terahertz frequency. What is the terahertz frequency? It's an electromagnetic wave band between the microwave and infrared with a frequency range of about 100 gigahertz to 10 terahertz. Now, what has been found out is that the terahertz frequency is very, very similar to the human body cells. For anyone that is familiar with the tuning fork, once you take a tuning fork of similar frequency and then hit one and put it beside the other, you'll find the other one start vibrating. So also, for many years, they didn't know what this terahertz was really like. They called it the terahertz gap on the electromagnetic spectrum until the last decade, where the Americans were able to break that, jinx and found out that this terahertz is actually very, very powerful and is very beneficial even to human beings. So the terahertz frequency device resonates with the same frequency as the normal human cells, generating millions of vibrations per second. It's called the wave of life by the American scientists. It's called the light of life by the Japanese scientists, and God's wave band by the Chinese scientists. It's one of the top 10 most advanced technology to change the world in health, science, military, agriculture, and communication. In fact, most of the communication devices that we have, these screening devices, are actually based on the terahertz technology. And China has actually launched a 6G satellite using the terahertz technology because, of course, we all know, or if you don't know now, you know that the 5G, the 4G, and all these electromagnetic frequencies are actually dangerous even for the human cells. And in medicine, a lot of researches are actually going on because they found out that these terahertz has the ability to distinguish between malignant, which is cancerous brain cells, and normal brain cells. So there's a lot of researches going on, and they found out that this terahertz frequency can also help in healing. So a lot of clinical researches is actually going on. You can go to Google and just Google the terahertz frequency, and you find a lot of amazing articles coming up using this technology. So a lot of things are going on today, all over different departments because of this terahertz wave. So on the electromagnetic spectrum, this is it. So this is THZ, is the terahertz, and that's it between the microwave and the infrared. And that is all it. They found out that it has molecular vibrations and rotations, and that's how it's able to help us. Of course, we know the microwaves are not really good for us, and so this technology is actually very, very safe. Now, in 2014, the scientist was able to break through the monopoly of the Americans, and he came out with the first terahertz device, but this was costing over $400,000, which is out of reach for a lot of people. And by 2017, they came up with the second generation, and then by 2019, they came up with the third generation, which is called the Iteracare Pro. This is referred to as the Ferrari of the group. And then 2021, with the COVID and everything, 2020, 2021, a lot of people needed help because the hospitals were all filling up and everything. So they had to make something that is very, very affordable, to majority of people. And that's where this Iteracare Classic came on. And then by 2022, which is last year, they came up with another model, which is called the Iteracare Premium. So this is like the Toyota Corolla, or what did I say? So this is actually the strongest. The Iteracare Pro is the strongest among the models, followed by the Iteracare Premium and then the Iteracare Classic. And the prices also differs. Unfortunately, where you see original, you must always see fake. Like I was sharing in another video, when I first heard about this particular product, I went online trying to search for it. It was very, very difficult to find. But I later found one particular one, and then I managed to trace it on AliExpress. It wasn't even on AliExpress. So when I got them, I discussed with them and they said, okay, fine, they have a terahertz, because I was wondering why that device was much cheaper than the other ones that I had was available with Prive. And I said, okay, let me even get this thing and see it, because it's only when you experiment that you know if something is real or not. And I got that. After payment, they are now telling me that, oh, sorry, that this product is a copyright product. It cannot go through their main airport in China, that it has to go through Hong Kong. I was like, why didn't you guys say this in the first place, And that made me very suspicious that something is wrong somewhere. Anyway, I got the product and I found out that really, really it's actually very, very different from the original device. So please, we should not be deceived. The fact that it looks alike does not mean it's the same. And we know in China, we have the good, the bad, and the ugly. It's what you pay for that you get. So because they found out that this device is making wave worldwide, some unscrupulous individuals have to go to China and try to copy that patent. They've not been able to break through that secret, which is the terahertz technology. So we have to be very careful. And initially, I used to say the brand name is not written on the fake devices, but unfortunately, there are some, I don't know if they're Nigerians, but some people got in some fake devices and started printing Iteracare on it. And I have the sample. But the doctor that sent it to me said he wanted me to tell him if it was original. I just saw some few things on the device. I told him, I said, this device is not original. So the original has just one color, which is red, while the fake has so many. The original has a 3-in-1 technology, while the fake is just blowing hot air. I actually did some energy demonstrations. You can look for that video and go through it. The original device has no radiation. I have an EMF reader. I used to test it. It has 0 radiation. But there are some of the fakes that are high in radiation. The original device has many certifications from renowned institutions which can be verified. In fact, a lot of these fakes, some of them are even trying to use or using the original company certificate to try to sell their own. And the marketer, the original is only sold by Prive International, no other person. The old company gave only Prive that go ahead to, sell their device. So it's good for you to take note of that. So if you want to get your original, make sure you are buying from a certified distributor. So what are the examples of the fake ones? You can see different colors, shapes, and sizes. But there was a very big issue with this one. Somebody burnt his patient using this and had to start. The person was calling it Iteracare. I said, no, this is not Iteracare. You can't see it written anywhere. So also, this is the fake one I said. Somebody actually imprinted Iteracare on it, and they used an old Iteracare box. But the serial number, there's a lot of things that I just did that. Look, this is a fake device. Don't bother about that. So I don't want to go into details. These are still some other fake examples. So these are the images of the patented ones. In fact, when I was shocked when I went to AliExpress recently, I found out that they've even started faking the Pro and faking the Premium. These guys will never seem to amaze me. So please, if you see it there, just know that what you are getting is a fake product. Because I actually even bought their most expensive product then. I bought that apart from the classic that I bought to test. And it's as if I just wasted like $500. But it's okay. At least I got to know the truth. So these are the 3 models. We have the 3rd generation, the Iteracare Pro. We have the 4th generation, the Iteracare Classic, and we have the 5th generation, the Iteracare Premium. So what's the difference? The Iteracare Classic is meant for individuals or family. Like I said, it came up during the COVID issues, and they wanted something that was, more affordable for people to use in their homes. And it's very light, and you can use it for 30 minutes, maximum 45 minutes, and each therapy is supposed to last about 30 minutes on individuals. So you can use it for maybe for 2 people and then allow your device to rest. And it's also maroon red, and it has a 3-level switch, which I'll discuss later. And the power is about 800 watts. And then we have the Iteracare Premium. This meant for individuals, families, or centers. It's a 2022 version. It works for longer hours, and it's gray with blue writings. You see a lot of colors when you go online. So it has a 2-level switch. Here there's a component upgrade, and the power is also 800 watts, and it's 3 times the price of Classic. And then we have the Iteracare Pro, and that's the heavy duty of the batch. It's meant for individuals or families or center. The terahertz energy is really, really powerful here. While you can spend like 30 minutes treating someone with the Classic, using this for just 10 minutes will give you the same effect. So you use it for shorter hours and it's more powerful. So it's bigger, it's heavier, it can work for hours. So if you have a center that, look, like in India, they have treatment centers just for Iteracare alone. You see people lined up. So these are the kind of devices that we advise use at that place. So the power is about 1,200 watts, and it's 10 times the price of the Classic. So this is the certificate of appointment that Jishang, these are the manufacturers, gave onto Prive. So if you look at it there, they are their sole and exclusive world distributor. So anywhere you see what looks like. So the Iteracare came out after over 6 years of research and development. And we said it has a 3-in-1 core technology. It's a patented product. It's a patented product. So it's not yet available for mass production like what you're seeing there in China. And there's a lot of certificates and reports to show they did the radiation test, they did the ultraviolet test, all these tests to show that this device is actually safe. So you can always get this online. So what are the 5 features of Itera? Safety, penetration, identification, activation, and it's user-friendly. So we start with safety. It's safe. It's safe to be used on both children, infants, adults, elderly, for everybody. Remember I said it has no radiation in it, so it's a very safe device. And there are over 60 certifications that shows its safety, So the device is certified, renowned, and patented by the China Academy of Science and Sinochem. It can be used on everybody, including infants, without any side effects. So it's really powerful. And they actually ran clinical tests using this device, not just animal tests. And when they ran the clinical test, they found out that for inflammation, this is a 5-star. And from what we know about most chronic diseases, inflammation is the bedrock of most diseases. Inflammation is the bedrock. So if you can get rid of the inflammation in your system, believe me, your body is on its way to healing properly. So very important. And then also it helps to improve general health. So comprehensive healthcare is took a 4-star. You don't need to be sick because like I always say, or like we always say in medicine, everyone is apparently well until proven otherwise. We are bombarded with pollution, we are bombarded with stress, we are bombarded with all sorts of things. So you need to keep yourself fit and healthy. For malignant tumor, there was a 4-star. For viruses, there was a 4-star. It could inactivate virus. And that's why during the COVID, it was really massively sold because they found out that those that had COVID they were healing faster and they were recovering faster. Most of them did not die, especially those that got hold of the devices. So the brain, as I said, is able to penetrate the brain, lymph nodes, skin, all these areas. This was what was gotten. So penetration, it has a penetrating depth of about 20 to 30 centimeters. That's why you can get to the bone marrow. If you get a tape and look at how 20 to 30 centimeters is, you will understand why it's able to go so deep and then go up to the bone marrow, to the micro blood vessels, capillaries, open up the channels. And so it helps in, removing any form of water retention, help to unblock any blockage. Maybe there is a form of blockage, peripheral neuropathy, or any kind of thing. There's not enough circulation, especially in diabetic patients that have blockages. So it will really help to improve circulation. You see some videos online. There was a patient that if you see the leg was like black, but just during the treatment, you find out that the color of the leg started changing because improved circulation, and the person was shocked. Identification. This device has the ability to identify healthy cells. It can repair it. If you remember what we talked about, the frequencies. So when it passes through all these cells, the ones that are the same frequency with it, no problem. But the ones that it finds out that has a lower voltage, it either improves the voltage, or the ones that I see that are very low, it liquefies it, which are the cancerous cells, so it can eliminate it. So it helps in detoxification, helps in improving, your lymphatic flows. And then next is activation. It regulates the body temperature, improves the immune system, and activates weak and inactive cells. So it actually helps to waking up the dormant cells, and that's why those cells can go to areas where it is needed, like stem cells, and then become that cell that's of the organ. So it's very, very important. That's why people can use it for beauty. It regenerates, your cells, you look younger. People can use it for liver inflammation, a lot of things, a lot of testimonies with the use of this device. And it's user-friendly. As long as you know how to hold it and blow, you can hold it and operate. Even a child can operate it. Only that you don't allow the device to fall because of the crystal glass that is there. So it's user-friendly, doesn't need any particular training, So an hour of Iteracare therapy is equal to 10 times acupuncture, 20 times cupping, 30 times gua sha, and 40 times massage. It is that powerful. It's suitable for, we talked about inflammations earlier on, to any kind of sore throat, any kind of gastric issues, any kind of gynecological issues, prostate inflammation, anything called inflammation. It's able to reduce the inflammation of that particular place or organ. Then it helps with various pains, because according to Chinese medicine, when you have stagnation, that or blockages, you have pain. So remember we said it unblocks all the channels and meridians. So that's why it's able to help. In fact, from the first therapy that you do, you find out that more than 50%, is solved. Most of the 50% of the pain is gone. By the time you do 2-3 therapies, you find out that the person is jumping up and down. I have so many testimonies with regard that. Also for dysmenorrhea, it's very, very effective and helps to reduce the pain. For blockages, we said it opens up the meridian blockage, lymphatic blockage, helps in varicose veins, weight loss, really amazing. Really, really amazing for weight loss. So it helps, for blood pressure, diabetes, insomnia, sleeping problem, really amazing. You start sleeping deep. I used to have that issue, but when I treat myself with the ITER, I find that I sleep deep and I wake up really refreshed. And for diabetes, it's able to reduce their medications. And for a lot of them, even supplements and diet is more than enough. We are able to wean them off their drugs. And then for various skin issues, this device has the ability to reduce the inflammatory protein in the skin, especially for all these autoimmune diseases, So it's very, very powerful. For acne, the acne scars, it makes it less visible. Like I said, it helps it's an anti-aging agent for psoriasis, eczema, a lot of things. It actually helps. Now, it's not recommended for these cases. It's not recommended for these cases. Sorry. We said pregnant women, why is it not recommended for pregnant women? We don't want a situation whereby an anomaly that was missed in utero, during pregnancy, suddenly come out and they now say, okay, it's because of the use of this device. So we are just trying to play safe, not as if it has been discovered that it causes any anomaly. You have to just weigh the risk and benefit. There was a lady that's had multiple miscarriages, and then her father got to know about the Itera, and then she had kidney issues. And I now told him, I said, look, go there, terahertz her kidneys, give her some terahertz water, let her take a whole lot. And by the grace of God, she had a relatively uneventful pregnancy, and she was able to give birth to a live and healthy baby, which we're all afraid of after multiple miscarriages. So to the glory of God. So it was able to help her. And, so you weigh the risk and the benefits, not as if it causes any issue. So menstruation, if you remember that it opens up the vessels channels. So we don't want a situation whereby the person will bleed more. But if the person has dysmenorrhea, which is painful menses, you can use it. It will help to stop the pain. After one treatment or two, the pain is gone. So you can now stop and the person can have the normal menses. So for acute diseases, we do not want worsening of the disease, because normally when you are using it for acute, there is a worsening before it gets better. Not many people can tolerate that. So we always tell them, wait until the acute phase of the disease has passed, then you can use the device. People with congenital heart issues like hole in the heart, or people that have pacemakers or any devices or implants, we recommend that you avoid using on that particular place. But person can still drink the water. You can use on any other part, the legs, the feet. The organs are also expressed on the palms and the legs. So you still treat those particular areas. Now, why we also say objects implanted, because especially when they are metal, we should remember that this device generates some kind of heat. So we don't want a situation whereby there'll be any expansion of any metal or something gets dislodged, in fracture. So we just tell you, let's be cautious. And then for open wound, because it can cause increased bleeding, we don't want that. But when the wound is not bleeding, please use it. We've gotten a lot of testimonies of very, very rapid healing using this device. And also for fractures, it can really help the person. Now, precautions with the use of the product, we always tell you, it's not for long continuous use. An average therapy should last for like 30 minutes, because we don't want this person to get into healing crisis. So, don't try to look for microwave healing. Just go gradually, go gradually, go gradually. The body will be able to tolerate it better, because once you flush a lot of toxins into the body at the same time, the body can have a healing crisis. Now, this is the inlets and the outlets. Do not block it during your therapy. Very, very important, because the flow of air there has something to do with activating the crystal, the terahertz in the crystals. Now, the power cord, please, we advise that you possibly tape it to the device, because we don't want you to shake it vigorously and then it get dislodged from the circuits there. And also, when you are plugging to your wall, don't just pull it. You have to do everything with care. Like I tell people, this is not a cheap device, so please handle with care as you handle any of your other investments. So the heat dissipation, once you finish using the device, please allow it to cool completely before putting it back into the box, and do not allow this device to drop. If it drops and this crystal tube get broken, that is the end of your device, and the warranty doesn't cover that. So we have to be very careful. Now, what are the side reactions? Like I said earlier, I have not really seen much, side reaction with the use of this product, but everybody is different. Some may have what we call the healing crisis, like I explained earlier on. Everybody is different. Some may experience increased pain. Yes, I'm not surprised, because blood supply to that area has been increased. So, and some areas that were dead initially start coming back to life. So the nerves are coming back to life. So you may feel on some kind of sensation or pain in that area. It is normal. You may also experience itching, redness. It is all normal. to that area. So please do not start fretting. And once you're having anything like this, all you need to do is reduce your frequency of treatment and increase your terahertz treated water. The water is there to flush out most of the toxins out of your body system. And then with time, you now gradually increase your treatment time. Let's assume you are doing 20 minutes on one particular area, and that area is becoming very painful. Reduce it to like 10 minutes. You can do alternate days, and then later you can do it daily, and then you can now go back to your 20 minutes. So you just, play around with it and see what your body can take. So after treatment, for fast recovery or healing, don't consume cold water or eat raw food, no fan, no air condition. Remember, this is also part like a heat therapy. So we don't want you to spoil, what you have just done. Now, we talked about how to use the device. We talked about the speed earlier on. We said there are 3 speeds. The high speed medium heat is the first one, which is the mode 1. The low speed low heat is the mode 2. High speed high heat is the mode 3. Now, once you always start with your high speed medium heat, use that to warm up the body, use that to treat specific organs, and then for children, or maybe you are treating the face or the eyes, you go to low speed low heat, because these children cannot talk. They won't tell you when the thing is too hot for them or is burning them. Then for some people, you can go to high speed high heat, but you have to be very careful when using this mode 3, because especially when you have diabetes that has or anybody that has reduced sensation to that particular area, because they won't be able to tell you that that place is not, you don't feel sensation there, and to avoid burns, because very, very few cases it has happened, because when you are being vigorous about treating and you forget and you just put your device at one particular spot. And that's what we are saying. Don't use pinpoint one area like that. You have to move either in cycles or you move in straight lines when treating. So high speed medium heat is the major mode that you use for treating almost everybody. Occasionally, like I said, you move to high speed high heat. After like 5 minutes, go back to your high speed medium heat. I hope it's clear. How do you start your treatment procedure? You need to first start with your terahertz treated water. If you can terahertz up to 5 liters of water, maybe like 3 minutes to 5 minutes, you have your water for the day. So you need to drink the terahertz water before treatment, then blow on the skin area where you wish to treat in lines or in circles. Then you blow at a comfortable distance. Always put your hand there to test the heat that is coming out. Focus on the localized area for about 15 to 20 minutes at a time. Now, internal diseases are treated by focusing on a number of anatomical or acupuncture points. What does this mean? If you know, okay, there's a problem on the liver, maybe fatty liver, you go to the liver. If you don't know where your liver is, you can go to Google and ask where the liver is. If it's on the knees, you have arthritis or pain or swelling of the knee, you point to the knees. If it's your back that you're having pain, you can point there. And there are also acupuncture points. I have videos on YouTube. You can go there. It's really the first training, comprehensive training. You see a lot of acupuncture points depending on the disease. So you can just take pictures of where you want to treat. So for best effect, treatment should be carried out daily for the next 10 to 15 days. That 15 days is like one course, after which you can now review, and then you now decide if the person needs more or not. So you need to drink the terahertz water after treatment. Very, very important, so that you can flush out the toxins and every other thing that it's dislodging. So how do you blow? How do you blow? So we talked about first starting with your drinking your warm terahertz charged water. You start it from your hands. Remember I said that you have your organs imprinted here. So you start from your hands. 1, 2, you go to the feet. You go to the feet, as you can see, and then you go to the spine at the back, downwards, and then you can go to the front. Take note of how the arrows are going. You blow outwards. You blow outwards. So you can always get these, slide, and then it will guide you. So this is what we call the basic treatment before you now go to the area of concern. Now, why is blowing the spine very important? You have a lot of stem cells in the spine, and then you have a lot of all the spinal nerves are coming from there that supplies different organs. And a chiropractor will always tell you a lot of symptoms that developed, is because of disalignment of the spine. So the spine is very, very important, and you have a lot of symptoms, so headaches and the rest. That's why treating the spine is very, very important during your therapy. Do not try to miss it. Sometimes you may not have anybody to blow your back. You can blow it through the front. Remember it has a penetration of about 20 to 30 centimeters. So any opportunity you have, you get someone that can come around, you can always tell them to do your back for you. And remember, you don't necessarily need to remove your cloth during the therapy. It can penetrate that. But when you remove it, it works faster anyway. So water therapy is very, very important because our body is mainly water. It's about 70 to 80% water. So the kind of water we drink is very, very important. And a lot of people are suffering from chronic dehydration, and that's the cause of a lot of issues that we are having. So the good thing with the Iteracare device is that it has the ability to change the molecular structure of the water. Most of the water we drink is heavy. Your body doesn't absorb it. I've been talking about water therapy for the past 15 years, even before the Itera. The other device I know changes water to structure. And then this one gives it a linear structure, which is fantastic. So it helps your body absorb the water better, and therefore restoring its vitality, increasing the oxygen concentration in your water. And we know when your body has oxygen, it can actually fly. So you blow your water with the Iteracare device, and once you drink this water, it helps the blood to become more fluid. And once it becomes more fluid, it's more healthy, and then there's more oxygen to it. So you need to drink your Iteracare charged water for a healthier you. And this is what we're talking about. Once you charge it, put it some distance away from the water, preferably use a glass container. So when you check under the microscope, there's something we call the live blood analysis microscope. Once you check, a lot of people, you find this structure, we call it in medicine, rouleau formation, stacks of coin. You hear one of the common symptoms the person will complain of is fatigue, because your blood cells are not having enough oxygen content. But once you drink the charged water, you find out that they become separated and happy, and they are moving, very, very fast. So it's very important. So it takes you just 1 to 2 minutes to charge your water, which is fantastic. And then, like I said, you can get a 5-liter glass jar. I just terahertz for just 3 to 5 minutes, and you have a whole day, water. And everyone in the family can also take that. Helps to boost your immune system. So there are other linear water structuring devices in the market. The one I saw is actually $1,800, and it can charge just 350 mils at a time. You can imagine. So with this, I was also be able to say, okay, it's as if this device is really, the terahertz technology is really not cheap. So we need to be very careful. So after entering your body, the Iteracare linear charge water continues to resonate. It has picked up the energy, and it's now resonating with your cells. So it helps to transport more of the nutrients, minerals, oxygen that are beneficial to your body. So it causes supercharged hydration. What's the benefits of drinking your terahertz charged water? Remember, it reduces the surface tension of the water by changing the structure. So there's direct entry into the cells. Your cells are able to absorb it better, and so accelerates metabolism, enhances the vitality of the human body, lowers your blood viscosity, so it's able to flow freely. It helps in detoxification, because if you remember, once it opens up things, all the garbage can come out, and then new fresh oxygen and vitamins and things can enter the cell. So it energizes the cell, repair your body cells, and then rejuvenate body cells. So in summary, the active terahertz energy light waves can penetrate 20 to 30 centimeters of the human body. Manual massage can only go like 2 to 3 centimeters, and general instrument like the sauna can go 6 to 7 centimeters. So it quickly dredges the meridian, lymph nodes, improves circulation, expel colds and dampness, and soften knots. For those that have itching, you find out that within 3 minutes, the itching is gone, 20 minutes to clear the meridians and collaterals, and 10 minutes to relieve pain. So the high temperature can also kill the abnormal cells, or liquefy the abnormal cells, and it also helps in repairing damaged cells and clears blockages. So the device is actually very, very intelligent. It has the ability to reach the uncomfortable parts, and then identify bad cells and get rid of them, and also helps to activate the human self-healing power. So it's that powerful. It's that powerful. So in summary, it just actively finds and eliminates bad cells, and actively finds and protects good cells. That's what it does. And my mission is to bring one Iteracare per household, bringing hope to every home. There are a lot of people that have issues they don't even know where to turn to. There are a lot of people that have emergencies, and before they get to the hospital, the person is gone. So this device is something that everyone should have in their house for first aid. because you never know. It can turn things around. I hope we'll have some people to share testimonies, and I'll also share some of mine. But this device is really, really amazing. Like I shared in the past, there was someone that had sickle cell. In fact, from what I even heard, I just heard the full story. The person was sent home from school, and has been in crisis for over 2 weeks. They couldn't handle, and they had to send the lady home. And her mom, who is a nurse, was treating her for over 2 days without anything, giving all the analgesic, nothing happened. And when they brought her here, within 15 minutes of blowing the Itera, the lady slept off. This is someone that has not even slept for over 2 days, because the pain was gone. By the time she woke up, the pain was gone. Like someone will say, the sickle cell crisis is even worse than labor pain. So you can imagine, how you can help people. There was another elderly man that is about 89, came to Lagos with a walking stick, and then he was supposed to go like 2 or 3 days later. And then by the time we did the iter on him, in fact, the man was so happy that I said, come, it seems he's going to postpone his trip. So we were able to do like 5 sessions on him. And by the time he was leaving, after that 5 sessions, he has thrown his walking stick away. And he went back to the village, and when he came back in 3 months' time, he was looking really young. And in fact, he was not with his walking stick. And he was so happy. So that's the power of the Itera, changing lives, helping our elderly, helping people that otherwise you could not even do anything for. Asthma, we've had some cases that I was speaking to a client of mine because her daughter normally fall ill because of stress of work and everything, and she's also asthmatic. Right. For the past, I just said, look, use the Iteracare on the person. Use the Itera. And for the past 6 months, 8 months, no crisis, no asthma, the stress, she's able to cope better, she's not falling ill again. So that's the power. It can really, really help. Is it a case of goiter that we had and we're blowing, and within few days, the lump has really, really reduced. Unfortunately, with a lot of our people, they don't want to stay on camera and then, share their testimony, but God will help us. I tell, okay, if you cannot share, then send it through your WhatsApp. Let us have something that, because when you share with people, people get encouraged. A lot of people that have these similar things, they are encouraged, and they know that, look, all hope is not lost. So it's very, very important that we try to help. Itera is about helping people. Don't let them fall into the hands of all these fraudsters. Help them, and we need to also spread this message that, look, help is very, very near to you, and it can do a lot of things. We've been able to help a lot of people from amputating their legs, using this device. So I want to thank everyone, and I'll open the floor for testimonies if there is any. Please, you get back to the person that invited you. So can we have testimonies now, if there's anyone that want to share?